Let us start atomic structure. In atomic structure, we will discuss black body radiation. We will discuss black body radiation. We will go for black body radiation. We will take black body radiation curve. We will take black body radiation curve. We are taking. In this axis, we will take intensity of radiation. Here we will take a wavelength of radiation. Here we are taking intensity of radiation. Now, what is the graph? How the graph will be there? That we will see. So the graph comes as so and so. The graph comes as so and so when the temperature is T1. Now when the temperature is T2, how the graph will be there, we will see. Now for intensity of radiation and wavelength, how it is there, we will see. When the wavelength increases, intensity of radiation increases, attains maximum value and then decreases. It is a point so and so wavelength possessed by maximum intensity of radiation. So and so wavelength possessed by maximum intensity of radiation. Okay. Now we will take temperature is T2. T2 greater than T1. We will take T2 greater than T1. When the temperature is high, how the intensity versus wavelength curve will be there? When the temperature is high, how the intensity of radiation versus wavelength curve will be there? Will it be over T1? That means at T2, the graph will be over T1, shall we say, or below T1, shall we say, or above T1, shall we say? What do you say? At temperature T2, the intensity versus wavelength curve, the intensity versus wavelength graph will be over T1, shall we say, or below T1, shall we say, or above T1, shall we say? What do you say? Okay, above T1. Sorry. So you are saying that above T1 you said. Okay, we will go for above T1. So above T1 is there. Therefore, the graph is above T1. Okay. Therefore, graph is above T1. We are taking. Sorry. The graph is above T1. Therefore, a graph comes like this. The graph is above T1. Therefore, like this. Okay. So at T2, the graph lies above T1. Okay. So intensity of radiation at T2 is greater than at T1. Okay. Now we will take so and so lambda will take, particular lambda value will take, for this lambda at T1, the intensity of radiation will be this much. For the same wavelength at T2, the intensity of radiation is this much. So particular wavelength is fixed. Now intensity of radiation is low at T1. Intensity of radiation is high at T2. Okay. Next, we will see regarding maximum intensity. Sorry. Now, what about maximum intensity? At T1? And what is the maximum intensity at T2? That we will see. Maximum intensity at T1 and the maximum intensity at T2. That point we will see. Maximum intensity we have to see. Now we will take so and so point we will take, corresponding wavelength we will take, corresponding wavelength we are taking. This wavelength is having maximum intensity of radiation. This wavelength is having maximum intensity of radiation. So at T1, so and so wavelength is having maximum intensity of radiation. Sir, now we will take T2. So now we will take T2 will take, T1 will take. Here we will see maximum intensity of radiation. Maximum intensity of radiation we will see in T2, and maximum intensity of radiation we will see in T1. Maximum intensity of radiation we will see in T1. Now let us compare maximum intensity of radiation at T2 and the maximum intensity of radiation at T1. Let us compare. Will you say these two magnitudes will be equal or these two will be different? If we say different, which is having higher value? T2 is having higher value or T1 is having higher value? What do you say? For T1, this wavelength we have taken. At this wavelength, this intensity of radiation is maximum. So this intensity of radiation is maximum. Corresponding wavelength is this much at T1. So at T1, maximum intensity of radiation is this, which has so and so wavelength, Now we will consider T2 temperature, will consider T1 temperature, will consider. T2 also maximum intensity will be there. T1 also maximum intensity will be there. Maximum intensity of radiation will be high for which one? Sir, you are saying high for T2 and low for T1 you are saying. Sir, okay. Now, this maximum intensity is having corresponding wavelength. This maximum intensity is having wavelength. Okay, here see, for T1, this intensity is called maximum intensity of radiation. This maximum intensity of radiation is having so and so wavelength. Okay, so and so wavelength. This point we will discuss. Now we have considered temperature T2. At T2, intensity of radiation will be maximum at certain wavelength. That wavelength we have considered. T1 temperature we have considered. We are getting maximum intensity of radiation. This is having some wavelength. This is having some wavelength. Now it is a wavelength corresponding to this maximum intensity of radiation at T2. This is a wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity of radiation at T1. Now let us compare this lambda for this maximum intensity and this lambda for this maximum intensity. Let us compare. Now lambda this, will they be same? Will they be equal? Sir, if you say they are not equal, which is high, you have to say. Whether at T2 lambda is high or T1 lambda is high. Which do you say high value? For T2, we said for T2 the graph lies above T1. We said for T2 the graph lies above T1. Sorry. So now for T2 also we will get maximum intensity of radiation like T1. You said maximum intensity of radiation is high at T2 and maximum intensity of radiation is low at T1, you said. Now we will discuss about this one. This intensity of radiation is having corresponding wavelength. This maximum intensity of radiation is possible at certain wavelength. Here also maximum intensity of radiation is possible at certain wavelength. Now we are comparing this wavelength and this wavelength we are comparing. How these two will be there? How these two will be there, we have to compare. Whether these two wavelengths are equal or not equal. That we have to get an idea. If you say equal, that is one point. If you say not equal, then which is high? Out of these two, which is high? Sorry, okay. Now we will discuss regarding this. Regarding this, we will discuss. Okay. So some student says they are equal. Some student says lambda will be high at T1. Sir, lambda will be high at T1. Sir, we'll see which is correct. We'll see. Now we'll take T2 will take and T1 will take. T2 is having higher temperature. T1 is having lower temperature. T1 is having lower temperature. That means here maximum intensity means highest number of maximum intensity means highest number of energy particles. Highest number of energy particles are observed. Energy particles are observed or emitted. Anyone. Highest number of energy particles are observed, we can say, if it is absorption spectrum, or emission, we can say if it is emission spectrum. Okay, absorption or emission, anyone we can say. Highest number of energy particles are absorbed or emitted. Here also we can get a maximum intensity. Maximum intensity means highest number of energy particles are absorbed. Sorry. Now see here high temperature. Here it is a low temperature, we have to say, isn't it? T1 is a low temperature only, no? Sorry. T1 is a low temperature. Sorry. Here we are getting maximum intensity. Here also we are getting maximum intensity. Now let us compare maximum intensity in these two cases. That you said maximum intensity is in these two cases is maximum intensity high here, maximum intensity low here. That means here higher energy particles observed is high. Higher energy particles observed is high. Here higher energy particles observed is low. Okay, because maximum intensity low here, maximum intensity high here. So higher energy particles corresponding to maximum intensity high. Higher energy particles corresponding to maximum intensity low. Sorry, okay. Now here at maximum intensity energy particle, at maximum intensity energy particle is having high energy. At maximum intensity here energy particle is having low energy, okay. At maximum intensity energy particles having high energy. Here at maximum intensity energy particles is having low energy. Do you agree this? Because it is at low temperature, it is at high temperature. Okay, it is at high temperature. So at maximum intensity energy particles will have high energy. At it is low temperature, so at maximum intensity energy particles will have low energy. Do you agree this? Therefore at maximum intensity high energy particles will be there. High energy particles will be there at maximum intensity for T2. Low energy particles will be there at maximum intensity for T1. Low energy particles will be there at maximum intensity for T1. High energy particles will be there at maximum intensity for T2. Sorry. In this one, do you have doubt? In this point, do you agree or what? You see it. See that here it is T2 high temperature. It is T1 low temperature. Here we are getting maximum intensity. Here also we are getting maximum intensity. Maximum intensity we are getting at T1 as well as T2. At maximum intensity, energy particles will be there that will have high energy. At maximum intensity, energy particles will be there that will have low energy for T1. Okay. So understand this point very clearly. Low energy particles will be there at this maximum intensity for T1. High energy particles will be there at maximum intensity for T2. Okay, this point clearly observe. See, T1 means T1 low temperature. We are getting maximum intensity, no doubt. T2 means high temperature. Here also maximum intensity we are getting. Energy particles at maximum intensity here. Energy particles at maximum intensity here. How it will be there means here energy particles will have low energy because temperature is low. Here energy particles will have high energy because a temperature is high. Okay. Now energy, we said already, we discussed energy is directly proportional to frequency. That's what we discussed already. Energy is directly proportional to frequency. Frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. Frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. Therefore, energy is inversely proportional to wavelength. Energy is inversely proportional to wavelength. So, higher the energy particles, how the wavelength will be there. Lower the energy particles, how the wavelength will be there. That point you get an idea. Okay. So, what about wavelength here? What about wavelength here? Wavelength at maximum intensity for T1. Wavelength at maximum intensity for T2. Now you can compare lambda at T1 and T2 for maximum intensity. Okay. So lambda corresponding to maximum intensity at T1. Lambda corresponding to maximum intensity at T2. Now you can compare lambda for these two. Here you have to understand that this point you should have clear idea. You should have clear idea regarding this point. Okay, at T1 at maximum intensity, energy particles will have low energy. At T2 at maximum intensity, energy particles will have high energy. Energy particles will have high energy. Then energy is directly proportional to energy of particle. Energy of particle is directly proportional to frequency of wave. Frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. So energy is inversely proportional to wavelength. Now we will see what is the wavelength corresponding to this maximum intensity at T2 and what is the wavelength corresponding to this maximum intensity at T1. Let us compare. Now we will compare this lambda and this lambda. We will compare which is having higher wavelength. That we have to see. So that you are saying that here wavelength is low, here wavelength is high. You are saying wavelength is high. Therefore, here at T2 temperature, maximum intensity goes to lower wavelength side. At T1 temperature, maximum intensity going to higher wavelength side. Higher wavelength side. Now you say that. Now you say, as temperature increases, wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity of radiation moves to shorter wavelength side or longer wavelength side. What do you see? As temperature increases, wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity of radiation moves to shorter wavelength side or longer wavelength side. What do you say? So you are saying that you are saying shorter wavelength side. You are saying. So you are saying shorter wavelength side. Now, as per your point of view, we will see the graph. We will see the graph. How the graph will be there. We will see. Here we are taking intensity of radiation. We are taking for black body intensity of radiation. Here we are taking wavelength of radiation. We are taking. Now we will see the graph at T1. So at T1, how the graph is there means At T1, the graph is like this. It is at T1. Now we will see at T2, we will see T1 graph we have drawn. Now we will see T2 graph. As per your point of view, you said T2 graph lies above T1, you said. Another point you said maximum intensity corresponding wavelength is low for T2, you said. As per that, we will draw the graph. So that the graph is shown so at T2 cell. At T2, we got the graph like this. So now we are drawing at T2. Maximum intensity corresponding wavelength should be low at T2. Sorry. Now this is a maximum intensity of radiation. Maximum intensity of radiation. Corresponding wavelength is this much. Corresponding wavelength we have given. Now for a T1, maximum intensity of radiation, corresponding wavelength is this much. Okay, this is about black body radiation. Now this is the experimental curve. Black body radiation experimental curve. Sir, using this experiment, using this black body radiation, Max Planck gave some postulates. That postulates is called Planck's quantum theory. That postulates we are saying Planck's quantum theory. So, now what are the postulates Max Planck proposed? What are the postulates? What are the points Max Planck proposed in Planck's quantum theory? That we'll see. What are the postulates Max Planck proposed in Planck's quantum theory? We will see. Now, in this first point here, he says Max Planck says body, generally body in the sense you can take any body, you can take black body, you can take, or normally we are using matter, any matter you can consider. Any matter absorb radiation as well as emit radiation. Any matter you can consider. We are using so many vessels in the house. So many vessels you are using. So many instruments we are using. Isn't it? All the matter. Body in the sense any matter you can consider. Whatever the matter, that matter will absorb radiation or emit radiation. It is possible. Sir. So absorption as well as emission will be there. This absorption as well as emission will be, do you say continuous or discontinuous? What do you say? What is our expectation? Then we will see what about Planck's expectation. That we will see. Planck said what we will see. Before that, our expectation we will see. Now, this body we are taking, body in the sense it is a matter. Any matter we can take. Whatever the matter that will absorb radiation or emit radiation, both will be possible. Absorption as well as emission, both will be possible. Absorption of radiation or emission of radiation will be continuous process or discontinuous process. What do you say? Continuous one or discontinuous one? What shall we say? Continuously it is absorbing or discontinuously it is absorbing. Okay. Now we are saying that discontinuous. So expectation is discontinuous. What is about Planck's expectation? Planck's thoughts in what way? Planck's idea also. Planck's idea is discontinuous. Planck's thought also discontinuous. Therefore, as per Planck's quantum theory, we can say body absorbs or emits radiation discontinuously, not continuous. Discontinuously it is emitting. So, then based on Planck's another point we will see. Now, energy of radiation is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. Max Planck proposed Energy of radiation is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. Then proportionality constant we will introduce. The proportionality constant is called H. This H is called a proportionality constant, which is said as Planck's constant in order to honor him. So we are saying H is called Planck's constant. What is this Planck's constant value in SI system? In SI system, the Planck's constant value is 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. What about this value in CGS system? What about this value in CGS system? That is 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 27 erg second. Minus 27 erg second. Okay. So this value, you remember that Planck's constant value, you remember 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joule second in SI system. In CGS system, 6.625 into 10 power minus 27 erg second. What is the relation between this joule and erg? We will see. This joule is in SI system, erg is in CGS system. So what is the relation? 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power of 7 erg. 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power of 7 erg. Sorry. One student asks that why it is discontinuous? Why the absorption is discontinuous? Okay. So you are asking that why it is discontinuous? Why can't it be continuous? That's what you are asking. Sir. Now we will consider why the absorption or emission is discontinuous. Why can't it be continuous? That is a question. Sir. Now we will say that we will consider that we were exposing our skin to the sunlight. We are exposing our skin to the sunlight. Okay. Sunlight is falling over the skin. Now you say skin is absorbing the sunlight or reflecting the sunlight. Reflecting the sunlight. We are exposing our skin to the sunlight. That means we are going outside. Going outside in the skin. Going outside in the sense sunlight falls over us. That means our skin is exposed to sunlight. So sunlight radiation falls over our skin. So skin is absorbing sunlight or reflecting sunlight. That means part is absorbed. Part is absorbed and part is reflected, isn't it? Sir. Now in the skin, particle will be there. Skin consists of particles. Skin consists of particles. So sun radiation, that means energy, sun radiation is there, no? That sun radiation also consists of particle. Then this particle is striking this particle. Okay, striking. Therefore, this particle is absorbing this particle. Suppose if we consider this is as a wave, it is as a wave. If we consider this wave will come here, simply it will pass out through this point, isn't it? Therefore, if we consider sun radiation as a particle, this particle will strike our skin particle, then skin particle will absorb this particle. If we consider sun radiation as a wave, this will simply pass through this or will come out. Okay, anyone will take place. So absorption, if you take, you have to consider sunlight radiation as a particle. Absorption, if you want to consider, you have to consider sunlight radiation consists of particles. You have to consider it, isn't it? Okay. Absorption is taking place. Practically, we know that skin is absorbing sunlight. So we must consider sunlight radiation consists of particles. We have to consider it. Then only absorption is possible. Absorption is possible practically. So we are considering sunlight consists of particles. So particles in the sense continuous or discontinuous, that we will see. So here skin is there. Here first particle is absorbed by the skin. Second particle is absorbed by the skin. To how much time we are exposing skin to the sunlight, that much time skin is absorbing sunlight particles, isn't it? Third particle is absorbed by the skin. Fourth particle is absorbed by the skin, and so on, and so on. If we consider as a wave, like this wave means like this will be there. Okay, if we consider as a wave means like this will be there. Now, here a skin particle we will consider. Here a skin particle we will consider. This wave is passing through this skin particle we will consider. It is coming out like this we will consider. Now, if we consider this as a wave, this is a continuous motion we will say, or discontinuous motion we will say UC. Now we will consider a skin particle. This is first one comes absorbing over. Second one comes absorbing over. Third one comes absorbing over. Now you say the skin particle absorbing these particles continuous or discontinuous, that you think it. Continuous or discontinuous, that you think it. Okay, continuously absorbing or discontinuously absorbing, that you think. Okay, see that wave means how it is there, you see. Particle means how it is there, you see. Therefore, the skin is absorbing energy particles means continuous absorption or discontinuous absorption, you see it. Wave means how it will go, you see. A wave means will it go continuously or will it go discontinuously? That means break. That this much time has gone, then break. After some time, this much has gone, break, like this. So now you say skin is absorbing sunlight radiation means we must consider as a particles. Okay, particles if we consider, then the absorption process shall we say discontinuous or continuous, think it. Okay, now we will consider a vessel in which water is present. We are pouring out this down. This is a continuous or discontinuous, you see it. It is continuous or discontinuous, you see it. Okay. Now we will take in this vessel some eggs are there. This is we are bringing this one down. That means how we will keep it down? One egg we will take, we will keep it down. Another egg we will take, we will keep it down. Isn't it? Like this only possibility is there. Now, whether it is a continuous or discontinuous. Continuous or discontinuous, you see. Continuous means there is no time gap. Continuous means there is no time gap. Continuous means there is no time gap. Discontinuous means a time gap will be there. Continuous means there is no time gap between two incidents. Continuous means there is no time gap between two incidents. Discontinuous means a time gap will be there between two incidents. Okay. Now, what do you say regarding pouring of water down? Shall we say continuous? Sorry. Keeping eggs from this vessel to down. Shall we say this process is discontinuous? Sorry. Now, skin is absorbing sunlight radiation. We have to consider sunlight radiation as particles. We must consider. Then only absorption will say. So, skin is absorbing, skin particles absorbing sunlight energy particles. So, it is absorbing first particle. Second particle it is absorbing. Do you say there will be some time gap between these two particles absorbed by the skin, or time gap is not at all there? What do you say? Do you say is there any time gap between these two, or time gap is exactly 0? What do you say? Time gap will be exactly 0. If you consider time gap exactly 0 between these two particles, then continuous absorption. Continuous. Absorption is continuous. Otherwise, discontinuous. So, you are saying that Therefore, you are saying it is a discontinuous process. Therefore, you are saying that body absorbs or emits radiation discontinuously. You are saying, sorry, okay. So body is absorbing or emitting radiation discontinuously. You are saying, sorry, okay. So in the Planck's quantum theory, in the Max Planck's quantum theory, first point we are saying, body in the sense it is a matter. That's all. Anything you can say in the universe. The body absorbs or emits radiation discontinuously. It is a one point. Okay. Second point is energy of radiation absorbed. Energy of radiation is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. Therefore, E is equal to h nu. H is called Planck's constant. The Planck's constant value is this much. It is the second point. Okay. We'll go to third point. We'll go. Third point in Max Planck's quantum theory. Body is absorbing or emitting energy particles. The energy particles, for energy particles, Max Planck says some new term, some new word Max Planck gives. Max Planck gives some new word to energy particles. That new word is called quanta. That new word is called quanta. This quanta is plural. Next, singular we'll see. For energy particle, singular is quantum. Singular is quantum. Singular is quantum. Singular is quantum. So Max Planck says energy particles are named as quanta in plural. Energy particle is called quantum in singular. It is as per Maxwell Planck's quantum theory. As per Maxwell Planck's quantum theory. Okay. So Maxwell Planck's quantum theory says postulates. The first postulate is a body absorbs or emits radiation discontinuously. Second point says the energy particles are called quanta. Energy particles are called quanta. Third point, it says energy of quantum is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. So energy of quantum is equal to h nu. Energy of quanta is equal to nh nu. N is called number of quanta. N is called number of quanta. N is called number of quanta. This is about Max Planck quantum theory. This is about Max Planck quantum theory. So Max Planck quantum theory, remember that energy of radiation is absorbed or emitted discontinuously. Radiation consists of quanta. Quanta means energy particles. Energy of quanta is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. Then energy of radiation is energy of quantum is equal to h nu. H nu is called energy of quantum. H nu is called energy of quantum. NH nu is called energy of quanta. Quanta means plural. NH nu. NH